Alright guys, welcome back. So we got a car that was at Firestone. Wow, this is crazy that from the Chevy dealer from Firestone, and Firestone said that the oxygen sensor is too far from the catalytic converter. No, Firestone, it's not. Here's the rear oxygen sensor. This is catalyst brick right here. Catalyst brick. Universal cat. So cat brick, center port this. So if I did this, I've done this 1,000 times and never had a slow response from the catalytic converter or oxygen sensor. So this looks like it's been repaired a couple times. As long as there's no leaks in it, there shouldn't be any problems. What Firestone failed to tell this customer is that this actually works. Too far from the catalyst is meaning too far out of the exhaust flow. So meaning this is too far out of the exhaust stream on a slow response sometimes, or someone moved the oxygen sensor way past what it's supposed to. But either of what they're saying doesn't add up here. What they didn't say to the customer is that, do you know your engine's missing about 2 quarts of oil out of 4.5 quarts? No. And oil has everything to do with the health of the engine. So if it's not leaking it, it's consuming it. And your spark plugs and your pistons and your intake path and all that stuff can only handle so much oil going through the exhaust. So if there's no leaks and you're burning oil, it's going through the catalytic converter. So I bet you if we pull these O2 sensors out that they're full of oil. That's what I suspect. But at that point, I don't really care. The point is, if you're going to have someone check your check engine light, they should be checking the oil because your timing control components and everything inside the engine rely on the engine having enough oil to satisfy the function of those. It just burns my ass that. And they actually put that on the paperwork. They put that on the receipt for the customer and said that the oxygen sensor is too far from the catalytic converter. I don't see it. Maybe they looked at a different car. How about they didn't check the oil to say it's missing about 2 quarts of oil out of 4.5? So this is a VTEC engine, right, Caleb? What's this engine?
That's
CRV all-wheel drive, baby.
K24.
2.4.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
2.4.
Yeah.
And here we go. You know, another engine burning oil. But the pisser is that I was at another shop at the Chevy dealer, and their technicians weren't recommending shit, right? Mm-hmm. So then I had to scrape the carbon off the valves because we're in there doing the job. And then we try and tell customers all the time, like, hey, your car needs maintenance, your car needs maintenance. We're not, you know,
Yeah.
your car needs maintenance.
Like,
and
well, the dealership doesn't say that.
the dealership doesn't say shit. And then now this guy was at Firestone, right? Mm-hmm. And he asked for a diagnostic, and I just told Rachel, like, today's car diagnostic includes seeing what the engine oil looks like, and if the engine is actually full of oil. Because if it's not leaking it, then it tells you that the engine's got problems already.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple. Hey, Mr. Firestone, if the engine's burning oil, it's got another problem on top of the slow response problem.
Mm-hmm.
And you need a full engine of oil to make everything work properly. If it keeps running low on oil, it's going to grenade the engine. This motor's noisy already. Okay, any other exhaust guys want to comment? Please like, share, and subscribe.